Have you ever wondered how our brain can change and adapt over time? Well, one fascinating concept that explores this is habit formation. When we repeatedly engage in a behavior, our brain forms neural pathways that make it easier to perform that behavior. These pathways, called habit loops, consist of a cue, a routine, and a reward. The cue triggers our brain to go into automatic mode, where the routine is performed without much conscious thought. Once the routine is completed, the brain receives a reward, which reinforces the habit loop. This process is known as positive reinforcement, which strengthens the neural pathways associated with the habit. The more we repeat the habit loop, the stronger those pathways become. But it's not just positive reinforcement that shapes our habits. Negative reinforcement can also play a role. When we engage in a behavior that alleviates or avoids something unpleasant, our brain learns to repeat that behavior. Over time, these reinforced behavioral patterns become deeply ingrained in our brain. But what happens if we want to change a habit? Well, the good news is that our brain has the ability to rewire itself through a process called neuroplasticity. Neuroplasticity is the brain's ability to form new connections and reorganize existing ones. When we consciously make an effort to change a habit, we are essentially rewiring our brain. This requires breaking the existing habit loop and replacing it with a new one. At first, it may be challenging because our brain is resistant to change. But with perseverance and repetition, the new habit loop becomes stronger and the old one weaker. So, how long does it take to form or change a habit? Studies suggest that it can vary from person to person, ranging from a few weeks to several months. The key is consistency and repetition. The more frequently we engage in the desired behavior, the quicker it becomes a habit. And what's interesting is that our brain can differentiate between good and bad habits. It actively seeks rewards from behaviors that are beneficial for our well-being. In contrast, it can sense the negative consequences associated with bad habits. Once our brain recognizes the negative impact, it becomes motivated to change. So, the next time you're trying to form or change a habit, remember that your brain has the incredible power to adapt and rewire itself.